all out of beard balm. Yes! 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 Let's make some balm. Greetings from the Beehive State, home of the best do-it-yourself beard balm recipes on the internet. I am your host, Doc Bravo. And if you're watching this video, I can't wait to show you how to make your own do-it-yourself beard balm, premium beard balm, in 5 easy steps. Now on the intro, I've already laid out everything you're going to need to make this recipe and future recipes going forward. So let's get started. Step number 1 is prep. Now I've laid out 2 counter space areas, 2 workstations you could say, where we're going to be making the beard balm base. A second station where we're going to be melting it down. And in this station we've got our regular glass bowl. We've got a medium saucepan that's got maybe 1 inch of regular tap water on the bottom. We've already measured it out so that the bottom of the glass bowl just barely touches the bottom. And that's going to break down the beard balm in the most efficient and effective way. Pro tip, have your hot mittens next to this station, because when we break this down in step number 3, this thing is going to be hotter than hell when we transfer it from the boiler to over here on the station where we're going to mix in step number 4 with essential oils. So let's get going. Now, the only measuring tool you're going to need in my recipes is this 1 basic teaspoon measuring tool. From here, we're going to take our base, our carrier oils, to boiling it down, going down to step number 4, which is our essential oils. And finally, step number 5, we're going to break it down, pour it into our containers. Let's go make some balm. All right, step number 2, let's make our base. Now, a good starting point is always writing down exactly what you do so you can modify it and remember what you do later on. First, beeswax. My recipe is going to fill up 1 single tin full of beard balm. So we're going to take 1, 2 tablespoons of beeswax. Open up our organic shea butter. Now, I'm not precise, and I don't expect you to either. So we're going to do 1 and a little more than a half. Just use our finger to put it into the bowl best you can. Again, this is not a professional video. This is just one guy who enjoys making beard balm and wants to share it with you. Next, coconut oil. We're only going to do 1, and I mean 1 exact tablespoon measure of the coconut oil. Too much coconut oil, you're going to have super greasy beard balm. And unless you like it that way, well, go ahead and knock yourself out. Now, if you put too much coconut oil, I'd compare it to, well, Honest Amish, which is okay, but we're going to make it much better than them. Okay. Now our base is in the bowl. 3 ingredients: beeswax, shea butter, and coconut oil. Next, let's go with our carrier oils. First, we're going to go with hemp oil. Again, same measuring stick. Squirt it in. In she goes. There's 1. Next, castor oil. Now each of these ingredients, it acts as a moisturizer, is great for both your skin and your hair follicles. So we're going to fill up 1, pour it in, use the finger, scoop it in. Easy peasy. Next, jojoba oil. Pour it in. Steady as she goes. Now, if you put a little bit too much, a little bit too less, that's all right. This is your premium beard balm. You're not mass producing it. You're not selling it. You're having fun. Next, finally, lanolin oil. This is the thickest of my carrier oil, so I always put it in last. As you can see, it's like almost like a syrup. Again, this is going to cut down on how greasy the final recipe is going to be. So again, pour it in. I just use my finger to scoop it out. Wipe it on the inside of the bowl. All right, guys, the base is made. So let's go ahead and get our stove started. Line it up. Now I always like to go on medium to low heat. Going too fast may affect like the chemical breakdown or whatnot, but easy peasy. So we're going to put it in here. And this is when we contemplate life's greatest mysteries. You can pray. You can read a great magazine. I enjoy the American Legion. But we can also discuss why this recipe is a premium beard balm recipe. Now, when you think about premium beard balm companies, what do they do? Well, let's start with the ingredients. Their ingredients are best of the best. And for us, we have to rely on the companies that provide this. Greener Life certified, certified organic, paraben free, non-GMO verified, and it goes on and on. We are relying on these companies' international standards for biocompatibility and quality testing to ensure that our beard balm is just as good as everybody else's. Another step is IQA, Inspection Quality Assurance. Now, when we're making our base, we notice there's no bugs in it, no hairs in it. Well, one might have fell in, but no big deal. And you don't need to pay for that because we're doing it. Boom, premium. Next, we're going to look at performance. Well, as somebody who's made many, many recipes, as you can see, all my bottles are halfway, if not more, gone. I can assure you this recipe is going to delight. And lastly, what's something else that premium beard balms do? Well, they have a bunch of fancy packaging. Well, if we're making it ourselves, we don't need that fancy packaging. We don't need to add to the environmental woes of spending all this money on trash that's going to end up in the landfills. No, we're going to use reusable tins. And if we run out of our competitors who have we bought, we can use their tins. There's no need to throw things away. So that's why I believe that this recipe is a premium beard balm recipe, because we're doing exactly what the big boys are doing, except on a local, do-it-yourself, have fun method. Now, let's check in to see how our beard balm is doing. It is broken down very nicely. We've just got a little bit left, and then we're going to start moving it from our back station over to the main station where we're going to add our essential oils. This is where the baby making step is. All right, guys, or ladies, our balm is now melted down. We've got our hot mittens on. We're ready to go. So we're going to turn off our oven and we're going to bring it over to the other station. Now, depending on what countertops you have, you may or may not want to have a little pad. So to make the missus happy, make sure nothing goes wrong, we're going to set her right down. All right. Like I said, this is the baby making step. This is where we make the fragrance for our beard. Today, I am going to be using one of my personal favorites. You won't find it anywhere else. Berg of Mott and lime. Now, Berg of Mott is described as a lively, inspiring, uplifting, sweet and fruity. And the lime, which is going to be sort of the undercoat, is also listed as a tangy, typical lime top note. Now, the Berg of Mott, you have to be careful with. This is extremely strong, overpowering scent. The lime actually holds up as the underneath note. Now through trial and error, I propose the following drops. So first, let's go with the line. It doesn't really matter if you go one or the other. I like to use 15 drops. We're going to use 5 drops of the Berg of Mott. So 3 to 1. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lift. Now, a little bit too much, a little bit too less, it's okay. But be sure to always write down how well you did. Don't be afraid to write down that you had 16, 18 by accident. All right, on to the Berg of Mott. We're going to use 5 drops. Now these are different size containers, so you got to be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. Step number 4 is in the books. Now I like to mix it up a little bit. Here you can use a chopstick. You can really use anything. You could probably use your teaspoon if you wanted to, but I choose not to. So we're going to spin it around and get ready. That smells so good, guys. This is going to be perfect for the spring. We're going to open up our first empty tin. Now, just in case you make too much, always have a second one on standby in case you have overflow. If you have starting to reach the top, slow down the pour and go to number 2. No harm. Now here is an extra step. Consider this a bonus. Now with the serve stick, all this is going to turn to beard balm. It's going to turn to wax. I just got done doing the dishes prior to this, so I still have the dishwater ready to go. This is going to help with the cleanup. Believe me, it is no fun cleaning up dried wax on your glass bowls. Missus will kill you. All right, here we go. We got the mittens on. It's all stirred up. We're just going to lean over and pour her in. All the way, almost to the top. Now you can get a spatula and scrape it out. I really don't think that there's a need because we're right at the top. Okay, shake it out. All right, we are set. Now, again, this is going to turn into a wax, so right into the dishwater. There we go. Step number 5, here we go. We're going to cover it up. Seal it tight. Stick it in the fridge. Set it and forget it. We are all done with making Premium Beard Balm in 5 easy steps. Prep, make the base, boil it down, add essential oils, and pour it into your tin and freeze it. Now in the morning, this is going to be all set. It's going to look like just like your Premium Beard Balm from any of the competitors out there. Now, if you liked what I did or need a little bit of corrections, want to come after me, be sure to comment and hit that subscribe button because I look forward to making a couple additional recipes that I know you're going to enjoy.
Hey Doc, if I wanted to make a whole bunch for my friends, can I just multiply it out for however many friends I have?
Why, yes, Mrs. Bravo. You can double up your recipes, triple up your recipes. As long as you've got the containers to make it, go for it. I've actually dual wielded 2 separate pans going at the same time to make 2 different recipes. One for me, one for a friend. Do what you want to do. But most of all, I want you to have fun.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Have fun with what you're doing. Experiment. Have fun. This is Premium Beard Balm that you made. So with that note, good night and God bless.